So it's Friday, and sitting waiting at a thrift shop for it to open. It's not going to be open for another 50 minutes or 40 minutes. So I'm going to be here a bit, maybe take a snooze or something. But I figured I'd film a little bit and show you some of my finds from yesterday. And or rather all of the finds from yesterday. There was only 3, so but did pick up 3 things at the rural thrifts, so we'll show them to you. But first I'll show you the thrift shop front here. This is an MCC in Kildonan, East Kildonan, in Winnipeg. They've got this cool mural set up, painted up, looks kind of cool. It's actually a pretty big thrift shop for MCC. It's quite large. They've got a special section that is kind of an antique shop type section, and I've done fairly well out of it. Gotten some neat things, so hopefully we'll find something else today. We'll see, but I'll show you some of the 3 things that I got yesterday. So first of all, I got another glass diffuser shade. I picked up one at auction, and I think I have 3 others in the store, but when they're $1, how do you leave them? So yeah, you know, they're worth 25 bucks, so at $1 I'll take it anytime. So yeah, mint condition, so yeah, so I'll have another one for the store. And then next I got this little stick pin. If you remember the movie Tron, that's what it's from, is the movie Tron. This little robot, I forget what he was called, but anyway, that's from the movie Tron. Kind of a cult classic almost. And then next is this piece of folk art, carved in relief. Basically 3 boards that have been glued together, and then the entire thing has been carved. So yeah, it appears that even the edges or the frame has been carved out as well. So kind of cool. I think might be missing a flag here. I'm not sure. Looks like it might be missing, but no, maybe not, because the flags are right there. So yeah, no, maybe not. So it's probably complete. So that's pretty cool. Right there. Unsigned, but neat piece, carved in relief, like I said. Got a couple seagulls in the waves here. The boat's actually fairly well done. It's kind of cool. But yeah, that was a find from one of the rural thrifts. So yeah. Well, there's a lineup happening. I'm not that eager to jump in there that I have to line up, but I just will wait until the doors open and wander in. So just finished going to an estate sale. Was in line from 20 after 9 to 10 o'clock when they opened. Was about first, 7th, 8th person in, and it's insane. Long lineup. In the end, house was jammed. You could barely move. I didn't have a bag or box with me, so I was careful what I was buying, but there's lots of cheap, good stuff. Got quite a bit. Let's see, show you this here. I got this etching, and I just noticed now there's actually a water stain on it, which isn't good. But I think it was a good piece, but for the price, I didn't look at it that close. It was $1. Got a piece of Roseville, a hanging vase, but see, it's also got some roughness on it. But it was 50 cents. So yeah, didn't look at it terribly close. Did get a blue willow piece that right here, and it's made by Dalton of all people, so, or of all companies. So that was good. That's a good piece. And got a cat dish, a little Wade cat dish. That was $0.25. Couldn't leave that there. Got 2 bunny rabbits. These are Beswick. They're not marked, but I know they're Beswick by that number. That was $0.25. And another Beswick rabbit, again for another $0.25. And carnival glass vase. There was actually lots of carnival, and I ended up leaving most of it behind. But it was all priced at that sort of price, 25 cents, 50 cents, etc. So kind of insane. Yeah, they really could have made a lot more money if they'd gotten a dealer in to do the pricing. And then I got this whole rack of miniature Toby mugs, or miniature head mugs. And some of them are Dalton, some of them are Japan and such. And that was a grand total of $2 for the whole lot. So yeah, did well. And again, I didn't grab up everything I saw, but should have. So yeah, it was a bit insane. I'm gonna go back in and see how we do. Gonna do a second round and see what I can pick up. Yeah, things were cheap. So I'm gonna try it again. If there's not a lineup to get in again still. Guess we'll see. Okay, wish me luck. Nah, I'm gonna pass. Turns out there's still a lineup out there to get in because there's so many people jammed in the house. So I'm just gonna wait, or not gonna wait. I'm just gonna go. Gonna head her home, I think. It was fun. Would have liked to have bought more, but a lot of breakables and stuff too. So yeah, a lot of breakables and such. So yeah, nothing. I don't know if really much stupendous, but a lot of it was just so cheap. I saw people carrying stuff that I would have liked as well, and for the prices, oh my goodness, bridge lamps for $2, that sort of thing. Stuff was cheap. Anyway, I'm gonna head to a shop and a flea market, and then I'm gonna head her home. I'll stop at antique shops and such, or other garage sales and the like if I see them. We'll see what we pick up and on the way home. So I was traveling down Henderson Highway in Winnipeg and saw a thrift shop. So I braked and stopped and ended up spending $1. But I got these. So I've got basically 4 lids that are sterling silver, so some more scrap sterling for the pile. So yeah. So I'm back from Winnipeg, and what I'm going to do is show you some of the stuff that I picked up at the thrifts and on the way back at a thrift. And eventually I'm also going to show you some of the stuff I picked up at a friend's and fellow picker's place. So we'll show you that stuff near the end. But here's some of the other thrift shop finds, including this tin and celluloid kind of icon, I guess you could say. A little religious icon, Notre Dame du Cap, Queen of the Rosary. So yeah, it's a tin and celluloid. They make signs like this as well if you can find them. But it's celluloid over tin on cardboard. Kind of a neat piece. But it is kind of a religious thing. And I got a book, Law of the Yukon, which has some mentions of the Mad Trapper, which I'm doing a book on as well. So I always like to get other material related to that. And this little kind of folky matchbox holder or little mini icon holder or something like that. I'm not too sure because it is tiny. It's the size of my hand. So it might fit a matchbook or maybe a little thin matchbox because it is pretty narrow. So I don't know exactly what it fits. And from a Sally Ann, I picked up this, I assume this is creamware. I'm really not up on my English pottery, but it was 99 cents. It's a good old piece. As far as I know, it's not severely damaged. I think there's a little nick on it somewhere. Yeah, it's on the base here. There's some little chipping, but it's got some good age. I'm assuming 1800s. And these miniature Toby mugs is what they are, not head mugs. Not sure why I would have called them that. But these are from the estate sale. And there's all kinds of different ones. They're made in Japan, a lot of them. But I did spot a Royal Doulton one in there. But then looking at it, it was broken. So that'll just hit the trash, I think. I'm not sure if there's any other Doulton ones in here, but we'll find out. But the price was a grand total for the whole box or whole display was $2. So it was cheap. So I had to go for that. And I got a large register grate, but this wasn't from the thrifts. This was from a fellow out of town that I do some horse trading with. And so anyway, large register grate, big sucker. You can see by my foot there. This one's a big one. And also got some license plates. So yeah, I got some plates from them as well. We just made the deal over the internet on Messenger, and he dropped them off when I wasn't here, and I e-transferred them. So anyway, get threw in these Ford plate things. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Anyway, so I've got some older Saskatchewan plates. 57 there. Another 57. I guess that's a pair. 59. A 60. 31. Which is decent. A little older. Don't see them as much. 40. 48. There, that was a little bit rough. 68 or 48 in that pair, and let's see, 39. So yeah, so I got some plates from them as well. So I'm including these in this video because it was sort of a deal done while I was away. So yeah. Also from Value Village, picked up this jar of buttons. It was $3, and I had spotted 2 Canadian Pacific Railway buttons in there. Right there's one of them. So I'm hoping there's more than just 2 in there. So yeah. But yeah, and the rest, what I'll do is go through them and see if there's anything decent. And whatever else, I'll just go back in the jar and get sent to auction. So anyway, okay, we'll go on to the next. Kind of a nice early piece. And a spoon from the Royal York Hotel. That was a railway hotel in Ontario, Toronto, I believe. So yeah, so that was all right. That cost me $1, and then $2 in parking. Downtown Winnipeg, so at the Goodwill. Next was from a guy in the village, another sterling silver charm bracelet. So for $20 I got a $75 or so bracelet, and I got a bunch of pins as well, and I spotted a decent pin in there. I don't know where it is at the moment. I'm assuming she gave me the right bag, but hopefully that is the right bag. It's in there somewhere. There's a good pin. I can't remember what it was, but it was a good pin. Anyway, and from a MCC, I got this patch. Not sure what it's about. I'm going to have to do a bit of research. I thought maybe military-ish because it had Defensio on the bottom. So I'm assuming defense of some kind, but I'm not sure. Heraldic, anyway. But yeah, for $4.50, I'm going to learn something anyway. And some clip frames, which I'll mount some large paper items in there, a little bigger than average. So then from an antique shop I stopped at, I did get this RCA Victor, his master's voice, record cleaner, a celluloid record cleaner. So that was all right. That was $15, so I'll maybe triple my money on that one. And some mosaic bowls, these mid-century modern mosaic bowls. There were 3 of them there. These 2 were in decent condition. The other one wasn't in such great shape, and the price was right. So yeah, $2.50 and 85 cents. So made in Japan. These things, 1950s. You could do them at home as well. So you'll see homemade ones as well. So yeah, kind of a nice early piece. And a spoon from the Royal York Hotel. That was a railway hotel in Ontario, Toronto, I believe. So yeah, so that was all right. That cost me $1 and then $2 in parking. Downtown Winnipeg, so at the Goodwill. Next was from a guy in the village, another sterling silver charm bracelet. So for $20 I got a $75 or so bracelet, and I got a bunch of pins as well, and I spotted a decent pin in there. I don't know where it is at the moment. I'm assuming she gave me the right bag, but hopefully that is the right bag. It's in there somewhere. There's a good pin. I can't remember what it was, but it was a good pin. Anyway, and from a MCC, I got this patch. Not sure what it's about. I'm going to have to do a bit of research. I thought maybe military-ish because it had Defensio on the bottom. So I'm assuming defense of some kind, but I'm not sure. Heraldic, anyway. But so at my friend's place, I picked up 5 decoys. They're not exactly the prettiest or the best done, but they are duck decoys, wooden carved duck decoys. So there's 3 of them, and here's the other 2. That one there, a bit of cleaning, a bit of a dust off. That one's been pooped on quite a bit. Just adds to the patina. Anyway, and a couple tins. Got a gold standard tin from Winnipeg and a Melrose baking powder tin from Winnipeg. Those are all right. And we got a cat's eye reflector and a Yukon Territories license plate. I'm not sure what the ASR 8 stands for, or I have no idea. I'll have to get digging and find out. And I got a porcelain no smoking sign. This is a rather large one. Normally you see smaller ones. I paid up for it, so yeah. And then I got a GE Bulbs sign as well. So yeah, paid up for that one as well. Anyway, that's about it, folks. So thanks for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And check out our other videos on antiquing, picking, thrifting, scrapping, etc. And ignore the echo. That's just because I'm beside my offices. Anyway, take care, folks. Happy picking. Stay safe. Take care.